YouTube, welcome back. It is time once again for an account review, and I got a special one for y'all. This is an old-time friend, World Cup quarterfinalist. We have Yule, aka LPGP1. I'm gonna do a quick shout out for him in the chat here, guys. Please check him out for me. He streams on Twitch, and I'll have all his schedule in the description below. Now, guys, Yule PG, he's not going to be joining us on voice, but he is in the Twitch chat, so he will respond. Just look for his messages from LPG, and we'll go through his account as normal. We'll look through all his units. They're exactly the same as he used them in the World Cup. And let me give a quick introduction for Mr. PG. So not only is he a longtime friend of mine, guys, he finished last season top. His peak was rank 3, and he ended rank 29. Obviously a monster player. This account is obviously stacked as well. He told us the total amount spent on this account, Yule, is about 24,000, and I'm assuming PG, right? US dollars. Or is it euro? Is it US dollars? 24,000. No matter what, that's a lot. That's a lot. And his favorite unit is right here, Alencia. Okay, let's get started, guys. Let's take a look what a World Cup finalist, quarterfinalist account looks like.
Oh, hell yeah.
Vale just resubbed for 2 months.
All right.
Second month and I was not following you till today, Cackle.
Yo, Mr. Vale, thank you so much, man. Welcome on in. Give me 1 sec. I will we'll talk after this. All right, boys, let's just go down from the CP. PG, just tell me if there's anything you don't want to show. Tell me, message me on Discord. And yeah, we'll just take a look. So let's just go down the list, boys. We'll just have fun with it. I'm assuming Ram is going to be a Banshee. This is Banshee one-shot or something. Right, PG? No need to talk about this one. She has a crazy amount of CP, though. Here we go. Let's start with Pavel. So we are on Misha. I'll go through the gear. And then PG, if you can, just type anything out for the unit. Since I don't have you on voice, if you want to give any extra info, just type it out in the chat for us. But this is a 270 speed Pavel, guys. And I've heard, since I'm not a cleaver, Pavel's actually a little bit harder to gear than a lot of units. Boys, we're seeing some purple gear, though. There's a little bit of purple gear here. And he has a lot of attack. Double S imprint. All right, let's go down the list. Yeah, that 24,000 didn't get us that last Pavel, but it's still good. Descos, thank you, man. Gracias. Just equipped in case, okay.
DSC0Z just subscribed.
Actually, do me a favor. As I go down the list, PG, tell me, just type out the most used units or maybe your best geared units, and I'll pause on those. All right, guys, next up we got the Vildred. Probably also not being used, but he has it ready. Speed imprint. Symbol of Unity plus 30. The EE is for increased damage on the Blade Ascent. And let's show his gear real fast. Triple S, naturally. There you go, boys. There's the Greenville. Now we got the Fire Tenny. And I believe, did this one get busted out, PG, at all? Last tea time. Also very high CP. Tenny, though, kind of hard to play, PG. Did she make any appearances in RTA or in the WC? Here's the gear, boys. I'll show the EE as well. And he has the skin. He says, of course not. World Boss enjoy. Okay. Still, we're seeing a lot of high CP stuff, guys, mostly for World Boss. Shit. All right, guys. Next up, Arbiter Vildred. RB. Everyone has one geared. Triple S. 230 speed, 4,300 attack, 300 crit damage. It's an RB, guys. It's an RB. Here's the gear real quick. Ring boots. All right. Next up is the Ida. So we're seeing a lot of like aggressive stuff, right? LPG, cleave. What would you say your so this is one of his best units, boys. All right. This is one of his better units, he says. Full epic gear, Taga Hells, 250 speed, boys, 290 crit damage, 3,800 attack. Let's see the gear. I think this, boys, the 251 is about what? That's faster than a lot of other Idas, yeah? I think most Idas are around like 240 or less. Good speed while still having good damage. Okay. That was one of the first main units. I think that's very well geared. Unfortunately, guys, when I do these reviews, I don't really play Ida. Sometimes I'll mess around with Cleave, but I can't tell. So you guys that have Idas built, let us know how good this is compared to, you know, an average Ida. All right, next up is Melissa. I'm assuming there's also World Boss PG. World Boss maybe for fun. Sometimes people use it in single target Cleave, though, so we'll look at the stats. EE. World Boss. Yeah, he says World Boss. Okay, I'm going to go quick through the World Boss ones, guys. But all these high CPU units are for World Boss. OpSig. I'm assuming this one gets played here a little bit. 240 is about the magic number. No Guiding Light. We're going for damage on Portrait. Triple S. 3600 attack and another 300 crit damage unit. Guild War. Okay, this is mostly for Guild Wars. I think that's very good. Stat line. Faithless Lidica. On the Guiding Light. PG, did we use this one at all? 262 speed. Yo, 50-50 crit, though. But a nice amount of attack, crit chance, crit damage. Maxed out. Triple S. And I believe that's on Team Imprint, right? On the Team Imprint. Also, Guild Wars. PG, what do you think about Faithless Lidica as a unit after her buffs? What do you think about Faithless Lidica after her buffs? All right, boys. Next up, we got Milim. 245 speed. Very, very fast. Very offensive. 4,000 attack, guys, on book. I'm assuming also maybe mostly World Boss sometimes comes up. Anti-Landy. Pen set and speed set, of course, though, chat. Very good versus. So he did play Flitica, guys, against the hand guy, Mediator Kowarik, Alencia Drafts, because I'm assuming, right? She has a lot of, she's one of the few units with the skill 3 to do the skill pushback, isn't it? Yeah, increase skill cooldown versus those pesky hand guys. He likes it a lot. All right, Spirit Isoline, boys. 270 speed on Speed Pen. That's a fast Spirit Isoline. All right, on Dust Devil. I'm moving a little fast. A lot of these units, though, Clark, are not... They're not World Cup units, man. So I'm moving fast through the ones that aren't WC units. If he says World Boss, we're not going to take a long time on there, man. Here are the booties. If you want me to show the gear a little slower, I can do that. All right. That's like my Celine, just 30 speed. Here we go, boys. A Landy. PG, Yule, only plus 15 Guiding Light here, though. I'm a little surprised we don't... Where's our main? We'll find out where the main plus 30 Guiding Light is, chat. 240 speed, so a little bit higher than most Landies. But still very offensive. I'm surprised it's not a little bit faster. He says I'm free to play. The 30's on Flick. Oh, yeah, you're right, guys. Here, since y'all said I move a little fast, let's just show the gear again real quick. He only has 2 Guiding Lights because he's free to play. That's right, guys. I thought the Operator Cigarette didn't have Guiding Light. Faithless Lidica has a plus 30. There you go. There's the gear, boys. Okay. Next up is Ran. Is it a real Ran, chat? 310 speed, 100 crit, perfect, 250 crit damage. I would say that's a real Ran. S rank as well, not triple S. Sword of Summer Twilight for his artifact of choice. PG, why the Sword of Summer Twilight? Let me see the sword. 21 speed here, guys. 22 on the helmet. 22 on the chest. 16 on the neck. 23 on the ring. And, of course, the booties. Full offense. That's a good Ran, boys. That's a real WC Ran. True, true. Plus 15 as well. ML Milim is CC neck? Wait, who's ML Milim? What is ML Milim, PG? You want me to show that again? Tell me what you're talking about. All right, Vivian, I'm assuming World Boss, Banshee. Probably Banshee. Now good for Advent, guys. Can use her in the current Advent. I'll show the gear real fast, though. But this is just a my Milim got it. ML Milim. Okay. Let's go look at the neck, guys. I'll hover it over again. He wants to show us. So yeah, it is on crit chance neck, and still has 273 crit damage. So if we look at the crit damage subs, right? 29 on the chest. 27 here. 20. So what's the gear score on this Milim? Yeah, not relatable with crit chance. Just heads up, guys. Normally for a glass cannon unit like Milim, you try to go crit damage, but he's going mega efficient because you'll get more gear score right out of crit chance next. But the 99% rest of y'all just do crit damage. It's hard to make up the stats. 408. Okay, actually not as high as I thought. Still good though. 408 still very good. All right. TML here, guys. Now, PG, if you can type for us. Chat, we just looked at Milim. PG, how do you feel about top model Lulika? Is she good enough right now compared to Milim especially? While I show the gear here real fast. Does she need some buffs? What do y'all think, boys? I know y'all like her. Don't tell me about the looks. 250 speed. So his Milim is almost as fast and does more damage as well, right? Same crit damage, a little bit more attack, has access to pen set, and on top of that, can hit stealth targets. So, all right, well, PG answers that. Let's keep moving along, guys. Next up, we got the Politis. B rank, plus 15. I'm assuming he used this one quite a bit. 200 speed, 4K attack. That's actually a lot of attack. There's the full stats on book. A little bit of effectiveness too to boot. Uh-oh, guys, the PG. Is he still there? All right, next up, boys, is the Spec Tenny. Triple S. 30 book. Pen set. And he actually still has a decent amount of defense and speed, guys. So I built... This Tenny's very good. Hits very hard. Still has a good amount of defense. But we still have a purple ring here. Yeah, if we were to swap to Destro, we could probably squeeze out a little bit more stats. How often do you use Spectre Tenebria, PG? She's inferior. Tomoka, top model Lucas, guys, he's saying is so inferior to Milim that it's sad. I agree. All right. We got Fire Hand Guy, boys. Kowerik, 30 Black Hand of the Goddess. Exclusive equipment is Proof of Choice, #1. And let's get the gear. 248 speed, 85 crit because of Black Hand. And a 70... Wait! PG, we got some free gear on here. World Boss. Okay, World Boss. We'll go through this one fast. Next up, we got the Strass. Gonna get buffs this, I think, what, early next month? Portrait of Saviors. 220 speed. Is this also World Boss? How often did you use the Strays, PG? There's the gear, boys. Yeah, free to play, by the way. He changed a little bit. He said most of it's the same. Did this one get some gear taken off, PG? For a side story, okay. Thank you for the heads up, Disco. Hold on, let's go back. We'll pause on Kowerik real fast. PG says, Kowerik is here that I love, but unfortunately with the same problem as Kisei, he doesn't outspeed any current speedy DPS. Yes. So, guys, midline aggro units like Kisei, Kowerik, not only is PG saying speedy DPS can outspeed him, but also some Soul Weavers, right? Especially last season, Diana Amelia are faster than your speed DPS. They were in a tough spot. What was Vivian's? Go back, just check the VOD after, brother. Or at the end, I can go and review it. Sid, 300 speed. Wind Rider, guys. This is currently in the shop, so if you need to max this out, this I think is his best artifact. EE, of course, on the skill 3. Let's look through the gear. Did you change any, what do you think about this, the Sid, PG? At 84 crit, guys, since we have the EE, right, he's always going to have elemental advantage from the skill 3, meaning he gets that 15% crit. And having 300 speed is pretty crazy. No sense unit. Yeah, why did they give him this, man? They shouldn't have given him this exclusive equipment, man. Not a good idea. Okay. Next up, guys, Closer Charles. Double S. 18 only on the Shepherds of Hollow. What about this Charles, PG? And remember, 84 crit, so he's at 99 effectively because of the perception buff, right? 15 crit there. Free to play Artie, yeah. $99 fan. Dude, hey, that's efficiency though, right, PG? Because we're not overcapping. 99 is perfect. 99 is perfect. We don't overcap. Here's one of my favorite units, guys. Roz. Let's see here. 30 Aureus. 230 speed, which is good. He has actually over 100 ER too. Solid stat line. Very good stat line. Even a little bit of effectiveness. Definitely a solid Roz. Better than mine for sure. But I think most of y'all have good Rozes, right? Not that hard to gear. Best knight at the moment, though, in my opinion. Agree, PG? Okay, next up. Watcher Shuri. World boss. Did he get use? Speed imprint. He's on Sash, so probably not just world boss. Skill. He's using the skill nullifier on the EE. And actually, guys, for 243 speed on the stat line, this is pretty good. Nonsense Knight, and then also, what did he say? Nonsense, Sid is Nonsense Unit too. Nonsense Unit. Yeah, guys, I was building my Watcher Shuri. I was trying to, mine's not even fully awakened, but yeah, I can't really build one. Oh, dude, guys, we got a lot of free-to-play arties, but you can't really whale for Uberius Tooth. So, even PG, guys, even Yule, only 21. Smilegate, put it in the powder shop, man, so my boy can max this out, plus 30. 250 speed, 7k attack, good bruiser stat line still. A little bit of wasted crit, but overall, on immunity, very solid Hua Young, right? Yeah, let's go. You know what, let me revisit it. The problem is I only barely geared one, but until you guys try to gear a unit yourself, you don't understand how hard it is to gear a certain unit, right? So once again, I was trying to lightly say I tried making a Watcher Shuri, and at 200 speed less, 40 speed less, my stat line was like still struggling to hit here. So for the amount of speed substats he has, while maintaining good attack, crit, damage, this Watcher Shuri is super good. Yep. All right, we passed the Hua, also super solid, A rank imprint only. This one's for you, Inori. Fire Sirmia, boys. World boss, right, PG? Maybe Golem. He says all the spending in the game was refilling energy to smash Wyvern. So he does it to farm, mostly for the gear, not for the artifacts, not for the imprints. Light Expo. Oh, actually, guys, this is Light Expo. I'll show it real quick. Border Coin. S1 Lucky Dice EE. Free to play. Destruction gear for Light Expo. Okay. Here we go, guys. Samurai Series. PG. Another free to play Artie. 15 star of the Deep Sea. So is this more for fun? The stat line looks good, but with a 15 only on the Artie, it's a little bit scary, right? Did we bust out this Caesarea? Yeah, I think the stats are solid. But having that RNG guy 75 only, yeah, you have to bottle it. Yeah, he's right. You have to, guys, relying on 15% or 25% chance to miss a bomb kind of sucks. Also, chat is saying PG, no Mola as well on the skill 1. Yeah, he has it ready, but he's he hates Caesarea. All right, next up we got the Ludwig World Boss +6 portrait. We don't need to talk about this one, right? We'll skip over him real quick. Here we go. Seaside Bologna. Is this Wyvern one shot? Looks like a Wyvern one shot Seaside Bologna. Yep, okay. Kana. Expo. Kana. Looks great, but we can skip over this. We want to focus on the PvP units. Is this his rep currently, guys? I asked if it's to match his fancy frame. 30 crown, 270 speed. Okay, boys. This Solitaria is very good. The ER is the only thing that might be a little bit low, but for how fast it is, good bulk. This is a solid Solitaria. 21 speed around that chest. Not yet, Tony. And I read a few. I did actually read a few panels, but it's hard. My boomer eyes. Okay. Guys, Carrot. Do y'all notice something here? 260 speed Carrot. If you can for us, PG. Tell us. What's the tech behind the massive speed? We still have bulk. We still have a decent attack, but we went so much speed. You can catch a lot of people by surprise, right? And I think this Carrot made a few WC appearances, no? Versenia Lencia has to play before Hand Guy Boy. So that's the tech. The speed is to fight the Earth Bruisers, and you speed it, tune it to go faster than Hand Guy. Moeric. Mediator Coeric. Thank you, PG, for the tech. All right. Karen, Wyvern one shot, I'm assuming, right? Oh, we have Violet Talisman on. Wait, what's this? Karen. World Boss, Wyvern, something like that. All-Rounder Wanda. PG, you just got everything built. But I'm assuming this is also... I'll show the gear real fast. Fun. What is this? PvE? Yeah. Karen was Wyvern one shot. What's the Wanda for? Next up, boys, is the BBK. So not ER build. Speed on Portrait. Triple S. Immunity. Maybe a niche last pick anti-cleave. Just when they have absolutely no strips. I'm guessing. Oh, this is holding gear, guys. He needs to make space in his inventory. So these units are just holding gear. Okay. Okay, hold up. This is our this is a channel favorite, PG. Your favorite's Alencia. My favorite's Luna. This looks like a Expo Luna. Maybe you can use it to cleave. Still got some. It's got pen set. Guild War and Expo. Okay, Guild War and Expo. Argo, welcome my name, man. Okay, there's the Luna guys on the EE S1 6 portrait. Probably Expo. Okay, hold on. Guys, Summer Break Charlotte, and he actually has plus 27 artifact. That is not free to play. SB Charlotte is a little bit... Some players really wrote her off fast. Looks like PG did invest some gear. No lifesteal. We're on speed with Unity set, boys. He says Unity OP. What do you think about Summer Break Charlotte just in general? I like her too, but a lot of players don't like her, think she's bad. Still got some defense, and guys, remember, this does a lot of damage reduction. He has a little bit of bulk, but it's on speed set. And then with the Unity, we're trying to hit very hard, yeah? Plus 400 gear score when she duels. Okay. Here we go, guys. Next up, we got the Senya. One of the, okay, boys. Oh, and Nori. All right, guys. I can comment on how good this Senya is. Now, this is without imprints. No imprint. And PG, we're actually missing a little bit of, we're actually missing some Mola. And we're actually on Elbrus. What is happening? Attack a little bit low, but the bulk, guys. I'm very impressed with how much bulk he maintains while also still being on 100 F. And speed's still good. If he had imprints, right, we could probably stack up that attack a little bit higher. Tell us about the Elbrus here, though, PG. I'm assuming he, with the effectiveness stacking, right, we're just provoking. It can also show, guys, he didn't max out the damage, right? He's just trying to lock down units. I wouldn't say attacks are irrelevant because most effect Senyas still run the arty, right? We still need to do damage. Yeah, this is a... Oh, just last week. Okay, this wasn't for WC or anything. How's it been working? Control Senya. Interesting. All right. Next up, we got the Cavill. PG, thoughts on Commander Pavel. Portrait. Let's go through his gear. No, this is not a mess for you guys. This is World Cup quarterfinalist LPG, aka Yule. There's the gear, boys. Not a fan, he says. PG says not a fan of the Cavill. How come? Elaborate while I go on to the next unit. All right, guys. Speaking of buffs coming out, so PG already had a plus 30 Wind Rider. He has Wind Rider on this unit. We're just on a immunity pen 222 build. This is probably going to change, though, when the buffs hit, right? Maybe a counter set from LPG coming out when the buffs come out, but I'll go over the EE real quick. We got the increased damage on the skill 3. See the stats real fast. Okay, there we go. Next up, guys, AOL. Okay. AOL triple S, 242 speed, very high defense. I'm assuming defense neck. Yeah. And it's got enough ER, effectiveness, just a standard AOL. Not too fast, not too slow. Has ER to stop random provokes. Should have enough effectiveness to cover the basic Soul Weavers. And plenty of bulk, yeah. Looks good. All right. Arya. Tell us about the Arya, PG. Do you like her? So we're not on lifesteal. We do have effect resist. 240 speed. And mostly no damage. Mostly for utility. Protect, right? You protect your other units. She's going to get buffed too as well, boys. Here's a stat line. And on book. So he uses her maybe similar to a little bit like Elv when she first came out, right, guys? Not a carry lifesteal Arya. Utility. And team protection. All right, guys. Next up, we got the Fire Shuri. Speed imprint. Yule's got to have the speed imprints ready to go. I'll go over the stats real fast, guys, but I don't think they're that important. Right? PG, he's mostly just... he has good gear, all things considered. Mostly there for imprint. And not a high priority imprint. Lower priority imprint, I guess. There's the Hardy. Okay. He says he used to play her faster, but Kowarik and Alencia made her unplayable. All right. Judge Kisei plus 12 Arty. So I think this is World Boss. Yeah. World Boss, right, PG? On the J Kisei, but plus 15. Celine, plus 7. Ooh, light on Molas. Maybe he doesn't use this as often. Also, a free-to-play Secret Art Storm Sword. And we're using the highest attack, Blink EE. Arena Guild Wars. Okay, that's all he needs, guys. Okay, moving along. We got the T-Surin. People have been busting this one out, PG, as anti-cleave. But I think on a faster build, probably don't use T-Surin that much, right? Missing some Mola as well on the skill 2 and skill 1. But if we need her, she's ready to go. Okay. How about the Specimen Says? How about Specimen Says, PG? World boss, or do we actually see him? What do you think about this unit, guys? I'm assuming because it's +8. It's +8, free neck. He doesn't use this guy, of course. Copium unit, he says. Guys, do me a favor, everybody watching. I know a lot of y'all love Specimen Says, but I think he needs some buffs. I think he still needs a few more buffs. I don't think he's in the best spot. Now, Briarwitch Iceria, though, actually +15. Triple S Bryceria PG. How about this unit? We're neglecting our artifact a little bit. Only +6 on the portrait. Let's show the stats. Let's see what PG says. Straw Hat Tony says she needs a buff. What do you think about Bryceria right now, PG? Needs a buff still. All right, there's the stats, boys. Falcon or Clury? PG, we got a lot of underleveled arties. Maybe this is he has Effect Resist Honor though, boys. So this is a PvP. Backup Warriors, just in case. Just in case. I'll show the stats real quick. How do you even buffer? That's a good question. Because on paper, right? And I've always said this, guys. On paper, Bryceria has a lot. Insane buffs. Or sorry, insane debuffs. Strip. Immortality. Good damage. I don't know how you would buff Bryceria. It's the same thing with like Martial Artist Ken. Honestly, Nori, I think it's also the same thing with top model Luluka. Maybe that's why they haven't buffed her either yet. Okay. 3-star Gloomy Rain, guys. For another speed imprint. Yule has all the speed imprints, guys, and they all have gear ready to go. If he has to dig deep, he has all the speed imprints on full damage gear. Access to book as well. Doris, I'm guessing Guild Wars. Light Bait, one of the best Guild War Light Bait units. We'll just hover over this real fast. All his Tagahels are getting use. Here is the Holiday Euphine double S imprint. How about this one? PG, is this more than just a anti-fairy tale counter? Where are we using this? We have guided decision, so I'm assuming mostly to fight debuffs like Fairy Tale. There's the stat line, boys. Anti-Sage Ball. Same thing. Sage Ball has the same weakness as Fairy Tale, right? And he's more relevant. Fairy Tale isn't seen as often. Could be, yeah. Could be Anti-Sage Ball. Let's see what he says. Next up, Last Rider Crow on Adamant. That's his artifact choice, boys. 210 speed. 100 plus effect resist. Good enough bulk. Pretty good Last Rider Crow, chat. I would even say very good Last Rider Crow. Currently a nice counter pick right now, guys, against things like Archdemon Meru. Provides immunity, right? Is a threat on his own. Plus 15. It's a good LRK. I don't think he needs buff. I think LRK is actually in a good spot. PG says the Hugh Fiend is testing. This is test build. But she still needs more buffs, possibly. All right. Moving along, guys. We got the green Lilibet. This is Guild War World Boss. There's the E, boys, I'm assuming. Cerise, plus 30 Miss Confi. 280 speed. Wait, PG, do we use this in does she see any PvP play? Cerise has kind of fallen off, right, guys? Cerise, not seen anymore. Expedition, yeah. Dark Expo, I'm assuming. Here we go. Oh my god. Here we go, guys. Look at this para. This is the para when you play in Guild Wars. You are mauling because it's taking 20 extra turns and it has 316 speed. Still has 130 effectiveness, guys. And here's something very important. Crit chance neck for the Commander Pavel, yeah. So PG, on a normal build, if we don't do crit chance, can you get her faster? I think this is amazing though, right? Crit for Commander Pavel. Still has very high speed and has 130 F still. Yeah, so if he wants to just not do Cavill chat, he could probably have like an extra, he says an extra 5 speed, 22 speed on the neck. Wow. Damn, boys, look at that. Guys, speed set, main stat effectiveness, 24 speeder, and, you know, good bulk on the subs, man. Dang. Can I have that? I need that. I need this. Crit chance. Dude, for having 100 crit, man, this is so nice. You should play more Cavill, PG. I think he said he's playing him right now, but he's not sure, right? Actually, no, guys, PG said, go back on the review. He said he actually doesn't like Commander Pavel that much. So this pair might get adjusted. Okay, Alexa, Wyvern. Wyvern one shot, I'm assuming PG. Let's see the Remu, Draco Plate. We have immunity 2/2/2 setup. Pen set, immunity, crit set. All-rounder Remu. I think Commander Pavel's very good, but well, maybe PG can elaborate why he doesn't like Pavel as much. Here we go, guys. Oh, and PG was doing a lifesteal build with Chatty. This is my favorite kind of archetype. Right, guys? So it's a little bit of a bruiser. PG, how do you like lifesteal bruiser Sylvian? I'll show the stats. Now, I'm assuming he used Grace of Growth, boys. It has no Mola. It has 0 Mola. But actually, no, Grace of Growth wasn't out when she first came out. You were just testing. I think this is for fun. Because I'm playing Pavel on some Arena Cleaves with Elfelt, and he's super destructive. Okay. Arena Cleave. Tell us about the Sylvian. PG, what do you think about her overall? Next project. Okay, so he's going to build her soon. Let me know how you like the lifesteal. PG, I tested this unit, okay, boys? As soon as I saw her, you know I had to play her for 2 big reasons. But I tried lifesteal Chatty, PG, and I think it's not that good. Too many hard counters. Carrot, Hua Young, Remu. There's too many hard counters for her to work as a bruiser, in my opinion. But he says this is 440 gear score. Dang. 440 on a project, chat. 440 gear score on a project unit. That's very good. I'll show the stats real quick again. All right. Hey, Sid. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, hold on. So we're using a Secret Art Storm Sword to get that extra CR boost, because this is actually all his speed gear went to Para. And he's actually says Bruiser. Wait, Bruiser, a Sid. He can survive. He has some health subs, yeah. Actually, a lot of health subs. On a Thief, guys, that's pretty tanky. Have you ever tried to build like DJ and RB? Remnant Violets, things like that, right? Talk to us about this flat defense ring. Fiji, what is this? So the idea is we're not trying to take first turn, right? Because we're only 280 speed. We build the bulk to take a hit. And then if we want to fight, you know, Silius, Pair, whatever, things that use a non-attack skill, we push up first. Anti-tech ace. Guys, flat defense ring from PG. He loves this build. Interesting. Tell us what you use to fight. What do you fight with this? What do you use to fight? Okay. Mursa. What I say, guys, he has every speed imprint ready to go. 30 Dreamblade. Drac, you still in the chat? How's this Mursa looking? Speed pen. So not lifesteal, just going for the damage. Okay, I was just talking about Remnant Violet, boys. Let's see the Rylot. Free to play already on the Shepherd of Hollow. Triple S imprint though, plus 15 Mola. Good amount of defense. Health is a little bit light. But everything else looks on point. Very high defense, actually. This isn't another, what's the ring? .33 defense on the boots. Gear holder. Okay, he says gear holder. Real quick, boys, he says versus Ranon DN for sniping Ida. So the tech for the Sid, guys, with a flat defense, the Sword Art Storm Sword, Bruiser, he uses to fight Ranon DN's killing Idas. Got it. All right, where were we? APOC Ravi, 30 proof, A rank imprint. This one, PG, you don't use Ravi as much, right, guys? So for a lot of y'all watching this Ravi, it's still a good Ravi. But there's a lot better Ravis out there, yeah? It's a relatable Ravi, yeah. Relatable Ravi. Typically, nowadays, guys, you want to go like counter or destruction set, you'll get more value than speed. But if he needs it right, it can still survive a Hua Young. Holy wait, guys, look at this Momo. 280 ER. 42 on the weapon. 32 on the helmet. 23 on the... This is where he's getting a lot of speed. 23 on the chest. Actually, only 7 on the neck. Momo just has a lot of base ER. A lot of guys, a lot of y'all don't have your ER cleansers built. Do what PG's doing. And you can even swap the already... Unfading Memories, I think, LPG. Fake Destina. Free to play Destina, guys. Use Unfading Memories, DN artifacts. You can get another 25 and still do some extra decent healing. I think Call was telling me that tech. I think that's good for the Momo. All right, guys, look at this DN. 283 speed. Wait, 283 while still having very good bulk. Some of y'all might be saying ER is a little bit low, guys, but DN, I mean, most DNs are about this ER currently. Of course, using the combat readiness push. Rod of Emerless. I like this DN. Solid. Good speed and can still take a hit. Standard DN, he says. Okay. Next up is Crowd Guild Wars. Anti-Lionheart. RTA. We got some free gear. Let's go over it one by one. We got enough ER? Guild Wars. Okay. Typical. What up, Jesus? Sage Ball up next. PG. Wait. What is this? Violin? Violin to make sure what? We can get rid of immunity? Behind barrier? What's the idea? But most people are on either proof or bastion. Something like that, right? Defensive artifact. Ah, he wants crown. More control. Interesting. Okay, okay. Where do you use him, PG? 200 ER, boys. But with his defense and health, it's hard to use versus some cleaves because he could die. Yui on 30 to Randall. Gear holder, I'm guessing. World boss. We have a Fire Lilius, guys. This is a unit that used to be so good and now just never seen anymore. Maybe World Boss, Hollow Trials, something like that. Still has fast speed. 8 Tywin on 30 Holy Sack. We'll show his gears. Sometimes this guy comes up. On Bruiser build. Ah, he's a bluff. You just use him and then they ban him. Okay, okay. It's like when you have an Ace Sid. Sometimes they'll just ban it. Crit chance neck. PG, do you use the Tywin at all? He's kind of like Last Rider Crowd guys, even less played though. Just not as needed as he used to be. Niche. This guy might need a little bit of... It sounds crazy to say, boys. But Tywin later down the line might need a little bit of love. He used it versus Sage Ball. Okay. All right, guys. We have Hand Guy next. 255 speed. Very good bulk. Defense higher than most. Health. So some people have higher health. It's a Hand Guy. Is that too strong though, Nori? Because remember, if we make him S2 cleanse 2 debuffs, do we want to go back to the Tywin era, soul burning skill 3s all the time? I guess the cleansers are better nowadays, so it may not be as bad. We have more access to stronger cleanses. Here's the Anga guys on 30 Warhorn, no imprint, no imprint. All right, chat. Next up, this is his favorite unit, Alencia. It's on Alencinox Wrath. Trample damage EE. And just speed pen. So no injury, no Ed Artie. And it's just a strong bruiser stat line, boys. Double S. Is this your favorite build so far, PG, for Alencia? There's a lot of different kind of stat lines, builds, boys, you can do. He says the Edward Artie is copium. He doesn't like it, guys. He doesn't like the Edward artifact. Okay. Better, faster, and better value from the EE here. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Next up is Silius, boys. And we're actually using Circus Fantasia. Extra effectiveness. So we'll actually be at like 140 starting. 300 speed. And still has decent bulk. Definitely a solid Silius. I agree with that, guys. He's saying an aggro injury on Alencia, not good. He wants to maintain speed and destruction. Or sorry, speed and pen set, excuse me. All right, PG, any use here? Silverblade Araminta, guys. I think this is he's gonna say copium. How about SBA? Wait, God unit. Why? Keep it quiet. This is a God unit. Sell me on it, man. I haven't been a fan. I think she looks good, but the cleansers in the game are too powerful. I think he's trolling. He's trolling me. He's trolling me. All right, PJ. I'm gonna keep moving along. If you're serious, tell me. All right, guys. Next up, we got Designer Lilibet. Plus 15 triple S. Just all regarded as one of the best units in the game. For her anti-cleave, anti-debuff potential. Stat line. Let's go through the stats here. Very high crit damage. And yeah, very tanky. He's trolling, but it's funny. Okay, she's funny. PG, is this the speed? 190 speed is good enough on your Designer Lilibet? Because, yeah, chat is mentioning you have very high bulk. But the speed point, you like it here? 198. Okay, chat. This is the Designer Lilibet. All right, next up is May Chloe. I'm assuming, guys, broken set, backup gear, 18 Shamadra. This is a either World Boss, gear holding, PvE. Something like that here. So the stats just real quick. Okay. FCC up next, guys. The Fallen Queen. Fallen Cecilia. Bruiser build. 30 Aureus. Triple S. I'm surprised you're on Bruiser FCC. I guess he does play aggro. And you know what, guys? With Ross taking the main role as the premier tank, maybe now Bruiser's the way to go. So she has a little bit more of a difference there. Instead of just main mitigation, will provide some good damage. The S3 is going to be crushing some of those squishy units. Okay. Yeah. Next up, guys, we have the Ruel, and someone in chat, and I was just saying Ruel made buffs. You don't see her as often. Very tanky. If he needs it, maybe right now, PG. I assume you don't play this at all. You're more aggressive. Guild Wars. When you want to troll. I know, Tal, also, this is your favorite unit, too. YouTube, we're listening to Your Eternity, but you won't hear it on your end. Because we can't play anime music. All right. Here we go, guys. Challenger Dominion. Pen set. Taga Hells. How good is this CDOM, boys? I don't play this unit. It looks pretty stacked, though. Is this a good CDOM? Ruel is Guild War God. He says the CDOM is Jesus. Insane. What's the gear score? The attack damage is insane. Okay. Perfect crit too, right? To capitalize off the supercharge. Almost capped crit damage and 4,400 attack. Wow. All right. What'd I say, boys? Another. He's got every speed imprint built, ready to go. No molas in this one, though. Who cares? Every speed imprint he has ready. Bazaar. 271. This one actually comes up a little bit in Endgame RTA. Did you ever draft this in RTA PG? Sometimes as a backup full strip unit, right? Can still be good. Three to gear score only, but it's because flat attack. Okay, okay. Oh, that's right. She loses a lot of gear score because you only put 50 crit. True. True, true. All right, there's the Bazaar. Another speed imprint. I'll show the stats. 300 speed, guys. 185 effectiveness. 24 speed on that weapon. 23 on the chest. Very fast. How insane is this, guys? Cleavers. How insane. Weigh in on this Wander Silk. What is she typically at, boys? Here's the E of choice, by the way. Number 2. And then 30 Sasha thing. So most are around the 285, 290. So this, and those are good Wander Silks, right? I know good Wander Silks are 270, 290. PG just has to go that extra mile, 10 higher. Same stat line. PG, no Mola though, man. I'm going to give PG some Molas, dude. She probably doesn't need them, but come on, man. Just to look a little nicer. She doesn't need them. She doesn't need them. All right. Dark Corvus, only +1 on the skill 2. Just a random Mola thrown in there. 30 Crimson Seed, Guild War unit. Maybe anti-Lionheart. Something like that. Stat line. Whoa, 49 ER on that chest. Dang. Yeah, so he still uses that. The Bazaar guys, well drafted, will take over the tempo. A lot of players have a Bazaar. You don't see him quite as often, but sometimes if you draft him well, right, carefully, still relevant. All right, there's a Dark Corvus. Angelica, we can skip. Archdemon Mercedes. Only +10 Mola on this girl. 30 maxed out book, though. Good, very high defense. Crit chance a little light, and speed's okay. All right, Fiji, you have her ready to go. She will definitely do her job, but the crit chance is a little bit scary here. I'm assuming you just don't use her that much. But if he needs her, she's ready to go. How many +30? Well, this is Fairy Tail book. I don't know how many Taga Hells he has. We can check after. Let's check how many Taga Hells afterwards. Tama PvE. Shu. 15 Snow Crystal, double S imprints. Obviously on the Fwoosh exclusive equipment. Counter pen. So guys, a lot of players consider pen set on Shu to not be that good because her S2 already has a massive amount of defense pen built in. Yule, though, opted to still go for pen set, just a little bit for the extra damage here. And if his crit's on point, I think that's fine. A lot of players will go like crit or immunity instead if he doesn't want that immunity and he already is capped on crit. No matter what, pen set will still give him more damage, right? Good stat line. Actually, very good stat line. And then another free-to-play Artie, yeah. All right, guys, another speed imprint. Ready to go, Celeste. Sigret, Wyvern, Expo, something random. One shot. Fairy Tale on Arya's Artifact. This unit, though, very hard to play at the moment, but 280 speed. Maybe like Bazaar, PG, and a good draft. Pick her carefully, can take over. Guys, the thing is, a lot of units, right? We see a lot of like free-to-play arties, but PG, Yule has so many just like 19, 18, 20 speed pieces on backup units. It's crazy how many units he has, just how much like raw speed gear. Even on units he doesn't use that often. He just has ready to go. Next up is Kawazu on the Tehu artifact. He does have the immunity EE. What about this guy? How often do we use this guy? Yeah, when you draft Fairy Tale, it's a must ban. So we just last picker. How is this project in progress? Or can you already draft him, PG? Missing a lot of Mola. Gear holding? Guild Wars, okay. On the Teyu Artie. Alright, Rose. Expo, right? Expo Rose? DJB, here we go, guys. DJB. Wait. Only 113 ER. Bastion of Hope. And this Bastion is actually only plus 15. Also, what is this one? Guild Wars also? Wait, actually, guys, at 270 speed. Hold on, this is is this Cleave aggro DJB? It's fast. Another just, look at it, guys. 21 speed on the chest. I like DJB, but I don't use fast. I don't use fast DJB. He says bulk of the speed is really, or Inori says bulk of the speed is really good. Okay, so it's an aggressive 270 speed point DJB. Full Mola. Yeah, he actually uses. You're right. I'm just another free-to-play Artie, right, Yule? But before he said it wasn't played much. Okay. He said he doesn't play that much. Amelia, 30 Guardian Ice Crystals, S-Rank imprint. 270 speed, boys. ER only 88, though. But with Ice Crystal, it'll be over 100. So kind of like his DN, yeah? Kind of like his DN. It's fast, has 100 yard to stop random debuffs like provokes. Still has good bulk. Landon, I'll get to you right after this review, man. I don't think it's bugged, though. Next up, boys, we have Violet. Wait, Yule, no immunity set for anti-Ran? What is this Violet? Most people are on immunity, right? Just to fight the Ran comps. Ran Caesarea. We're going mega damage. Ever since the RGB changes, you don't need the immunity anymore? Is pen set the go-to now, PG? All right. Next up, guys, we have LQC, also on a 222 setup. Yule actually has quite a few units on 222. What was it else? Like Rimu. There's one other unit. So that means 2 pen set, guys, 2 crit, 2 immunity. 30 Hellcutter. Hellcutter bomb build. Pretty standard. He says you have to be crazy to play Ran against Mr. PG. He just doesn't care. Okay. So you just went for more damage. I like that. Here's a Flan. 280 speed. 126F. Guys, I'm already losing track of how many units just have average 17, 18, 19, 20 speed subs, dude. This is like the 10th, 15th unit that has just... He just has so much speed on everybody. Carmen, not used as often anymore. +1. Yo, I like all these like random +1, +2 arties. It just gets leveled when he puts dupes into it, right? Yeah. Next up is Edward Elric. He said this artifact, guys, he doesn't like it on Alencia. No molas yet. But is it on Speed Pen? Not being used that often, right? Oh, Copium! Edward Copium unit? Yeah, DJB on turn 2 is very good, guys. I use it all the time. Wait, Edward Elric is Copium, PG? 15k Skystones, 400 Cubs for 0 arties. Oh, okay. That's the same. I didn't get any arties too, PG. And I triple S'd Ed. But, do you think he's good? You just hate him because your summon luck didn't go well. All right, Baiken, Banshee, one shot or something. Not Rage set, actually. Moon Bunny Dominion Boys, 279 speed. We'll show the stats again. Another just set of guys average, probably 19 speed average on this unit. Maybe a little less, 18, 17. But he has all these just speed units ready to go. Yeah, it's a Moon Bunny. Bellion only on 3 Mola. I'm assuming PG is, usually it'll get banned. It is counter, anti-cleave. Broken set. Bulk, speed, Elbrus. It's a Bellion. It's a Bellion. It'll do its job. Show the stats real quick. Rage is not necessary. Yeah, I know. I also, Oh, wait! PG says Rage is Copium set? Says Desco. I mean, maybe... Rage is really good, though, for PvE. Ask him that, Desco. I think Rage is very good PvE, but maybe he doesn't value PvE enough. If you can get by in all your one-shots without it, I can get that. I can understand that mentality. We got a Sinji, probably Guild Wars. Or no, what is this guys, is this a Wyvern one-shot Sinji or is this like Guild Wars or something? You don't need ER for one-shot, right? So he says Guild Wars, okay. We have a Rem up next, boys. Missing some Molagora. Probably PG is never the one really building anti-cleave, but he has one ready to go. Counter immunity. A little light on bulk, but it's a Rem. Random Leo. Terranor Guard. All right, I think we're at the end of the road, Mr. Yule. Yule, no Rowana ready to go? No Rowana. Not even holding. Oh, you do need 200 DR for the... I don't do the Wyvern one shot. Okay. Yeah, but listen, anyway, don't hit me with it's an aggro count. He has gear on a Rem, right? It's an aggro count, but he has gear on Rem. At least, you know, show Rowana some love, man. He doesn't have her geared. All right, fair enough. Okay, Yule, I want to show... can I see the amount of books you have? Guys, ask any questions. YouTube, make sure y'all check out LPG. On Twitch, I'll have all his schedule stuff. We're going to hang out a little bit longer, though, to ask my Twitch viewers any questions if they want to see any other units. I wanted to see, though, his artifacts real quick. How many books do we have? That is 10 maxed out books, boys. All being used. Seedom, Bazaar, Carrot. That's a 260 speed Carrot, by the way. Arya, Gloomy Rain, Spectenny, Politis, Milim, Ida, and AOL, man. That's a lot of powder. That's a lot of powder. Thank you so much, Jez. YouTube, we're going to hang out a little longer, ask PG some questions. So make sure you guys stop by whenever you can so that you can hang out for the extra hours. We're going to wrap up the video here, though. Please check out my boy. Big shout out. Thank you so much, LPG. Don't leave, though. We're going to still hang out. And, yeah, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Any extra comments, leave them below or ask him on his Twitch stream, okay? Stop by his Twitch stream. Bye, everybody. Peace out, YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging.